Welcome this morning to our second part of the series on kidnap, Satan's attempt to abduct our next generation. And we want to talk today about Satan's scheme, the actual plan of the enemy. And first, just get an idea of evil. There would be no such thing as evil if there were not good. Evil is the absence of good, and good is a derivative of the name God. And so evil, therefore, is life apart from God. If sin is desiring life apart from God, evil is experiencing that life apart from God. And after studying the scriptures, Satan's scheme is really, really clear. And to kind of help you remember that and be able to walk out and remember it for a long time, I think, I'm going to use a fishing analogy. And it comes a little bit from the type of words used in James 1. But how many people here have ever gone fishing? Raise your hand if you've ever gone fishing. Raise them high. Ever gone fishing? Well, I remember.
How many have caught really big fish?
Oh, my.
There are a few.
Did I tell you about the one that was.
No.
But it was between the eyes.
You caught it between the eyes.
Oh, that's what it was. I remember that when I was about 4 or 5 years old, my dad was a state senator, and you would go at that time, the way the legislature worked, you'd go to Indianapolis for a period of weeks, months, and I would stay oftentimes with my great-grandparents, and they had a pond, and they'd take me fishing. And I remember the first times really, really well. I remember getting that hook out and disguising the hook with the bait. And then the line, is tied to the hook, and you got that thing called a sinker. Well, this is Satan's scheme. This is the enemy's plan. And it all also comes not just through seeing what Scripture tells us about it, but what the meanings of his name include. And the first thing is the bait. He's a tempter. So if you want to write it down, Satan is a tempter, and that's the bait. The bait is designed to tempt the desires of the fish or the prey. He's a tempter. And that in and of itself isn't sin. Then there's this hook, and that's that Satan is a deceiver. Inside every bait, there's concealed a hook. Deception. That it doesn't satisfy like we thought it would. It dissatisfies. And yet we're hooked. And because of the dissatisfaction of our desires, we repeat the same offense again and again. And then tied to the hook is the line. And that's when we catch the fish, we hold that line and we pull that fish out of the water and we say, hey, look. And that's symbolic of the fact that the devil is an accuser. You could also think about that in terms of the line that he uses to accuse, the words, meaning the line that he uses to accuse us to ourselves and before God. And then finally, the sinker. Hook, line, and sinker. What was designed to take the bait and the hook and the line down is designed to take us down, and that's the fact that Satan is a destroyer.